The hidden energy crisis. Inside your cells, did you know that 90% of people who struggle to lose weight, feel constantly tired, and blame themselves for lacking willpower have no idea that the real problem might not be in their habits, but deep inside their cells? Most people go their entire lives ignoring this. They try harder. They eat less. They push through exhaustion. And yet, nothing seems to change. The weight stays. The fatigue lingers. The body feels sluggish, heavy, slow. But what if the real reason behind all of this isn't laziness, isn't poor choices, and isn't even about calories? What if it's something almost no one talks about? Something happening at a level so small, you can't even see it without a microscope. Let me take you inside your body for a moment. Right now, as you're watching this, trillions of tiny factories are working inside you. They're called mitochondria, and their only job is to take the food you eat and turn it into energy. Real, usable energy that powers your muscles, your brain, your heartbeat, your ability to move, think, and live. But here's what researchers discovered in studies conducted across major universities. These factories can slow down. They can become damaged. They can stop working efficiently. And when that happens, your body doesn't produce energy the way it should. Instead, it stores fat. It conserves. It shuts down. You feel tired all the time. You struggle to lose weight no matter what you do. And worst of all, you start to believe it's your fault. But it's not. What almost no one connects this to is stress. Not just the stress you feel mentally, but the kind of stress that happens inside your cells. It's called oxidative stress. And it's like rust building up on metal. Over time, it damages the mitochondria. It slows your metabolism. It makes your body think it needs to hold on to every calorie because it doesn't trust that more energy is coming. This is the hidden energy crisis, and it's happening right now inside millions of people who have no idea. Now, doctors who work with patients every day began to notice a pattern. The people who were struggling the most, those who couldn't lose weight, who felt exhausted even after sleeping, who seemed stuck no matter what they tried. They all had one thing in common. Their mitochondria weren't working properly. And that's where the story gets interesting. Because researchers started looking for something that could protect these tiny energy factories, something that could reduce the oxidative stress damaging them, something natural, something the body could actually use. And they found it. Not in one ingredient, but in a combination of several, each playing a specific role in restoring what the body had lost. Let me walk you through them. The first is something called maqui berry. You've probably never heard of it. Most people haven't. It grows in the remote rainforests of Patagonia, and for centuries, the indigenous people there have consumed it for vitality and endurance. But what researchers later discovered surprised even them. Maqui berry has one of the highest antioxidant levels ever measured in a natural food. And antioxidants are what fight oxidative stress, the rust I mentioned earlier. When oxidative stress is reduced, the mitochondria can function more efficiently. They produce more energy. They burn fat instead of storing it. The body starts working the way it was designed to, but maqui berry alone isn't enough. Because the problem isn't just oxidative stress, it's also how your body responds to everyday life. That's where rhodiola comes in. Rhodiola is what scientists call an adaptogen. That means it helps your body adapt to stress. Physical stress, emotional stress, environmental stress. When you're constantly stressed, your hormones go haywire. Cortisol spikes. Your metabolism slows. Your body holds onto fat as a survival mechanism. Studies from research centers across Europe showed that people who supplemented with rhodiola experienced more stable energy levels, less fatigue, and better metabolic function. Not because it forced the body to do something unnatural, but because it supported the body's natural ability to balance itself. And when your body is balanced, everything works better. Your energy improves. Your mood stabilizes. Your metabolism speeds up. But even with antioxidants and adaptogens, there's still one more layer to this problem. Because deep inside those mitochondria, there's a specific kind of damage that most antioxidants can't reach. That's where Haematococcus comes in. Haematococcus is a type of algae, and inside it is one of the most powerful antioxidants in nature, astaxanthin. What makes astaxanthin different is that it can cross into the mitochondria themselves. It doesn't just protect the cell, it protects the energy factory inside the cell. Doctors working with patients dealing with chronic fatigue and metabolic issues noticed something remarkable. When astaxanthin was introduced, people reported feeling more alert, more energized, and more capable of physical activity. Their bodies were finally producing energy again. And that's the key. Because without energy, nothing else works. You can't exercise. You can't focus. You can't lose weight. You just survive. But what researchers realized next changed everything. If you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who values real knowledge. If you're finding this helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more people discover this kind of information, the stuff that doesn't get talked about enough. All right, let's keep going. So we've talked about protecting the mitochondria. We've talked about managing stress. But there's still another piece: digestion and nutrient absorption. Because even if your mitochondria are working, even if your stress is managed, if your body isn't absorbing nutrients properly, you're still not getting the fuel you need. That's where amla enters the picture. Amla, also known as Indian gooseberry, has been used for thousands of years in traditional medicine. But modern science started paying attention when researchers found that it supports metabolic health in a very specific way. It helps the digestive system function more efficiently. It helps the body absorb and utilize nutrients instead of letting them pass through unused. When your digestion improves, your metabolism improves. Your body starts converting food into energy instead of storing it as fat. You feel lighter. You feel clearer. You feel like your body is finally cooperating with you instead of fighting you. But there's something else people don't realize. Energy isn't just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. And when you're exhausted, it's almost impossible to make good decisions. You reach for sugar, you skip workouts, you give up. That's why Theobroma cacao matters. Yes, cacao, the same plant that chocolate comes from, but not the processed, sugar-loaded kind. Raw cacao contains natural compounds that increase mental clarity, improve mood, and boost daily vitality. Studies showed that people who consumed cacao regularly reported feeling more motivated, more focused, and more capable of sticking to their goals. Because when your brain has energy, your body follows. And when your body has energy, everything changes. But even with all of this, there's one organ that almost everyone overlooks: the liver. Your liver is responsible for filtering toxins, metabolizing fats, and regulating energy. When it's overworked, when it's sluggish, it can't do its job. And when the liver slows down, so does everything else. That's where Schisandra fraharkus comes in. Schisandra is a berry used in ancient Chinese medicine, and researchers found that it supports liver function in a profound way. It helps the liver detoxify more efficiently. It helps the body process fats instead of storing them. It reduces that heavy, sluggish feeling that so many people live with every single day. When the liver is supported, the entire metabolic system runs smoother. Energy increases. Resistance improves. The body feels lighter, faster, more alive. Now, here's what almost no one tells you. All of these ingredients, maqui berry, rhodiola, haematococcus, amla, theobroma cacao, schisandra, they don't work in isolation. They work together. They support each other. They create a system of metabolic repair that addresses the root cause of the problem. Damaged, inefficient mitochondria and a body stuck in survival mode. And that's why so many people have started looking for a way to get all of these ingredients in one place. If you're interested in learning more, there's a link in the description below. It leads to a product that contains this exact combination of ingredients. It's designed specifically to support mitochondrial health, boost energy production, and help your body use fat as fuel the way it was meant to. No gimmicks, no false promises. Just the ingredients your body may have been missing all along. So here's the truth they don't tell you. The reason you feel tired isn't because you're weak. The reason you can't lose weight isn't because you're lazy. The reason your body feels stuck isn't because you're doing something wrong. It's because your cells aren't producing energy the way they should. And when your mitochondria are damaged, when oxidative stress takes over, when your liver is overwhelmed and your digestion is sluggish, your body has no choice but to shut down, store fat, and conserve. But now you know. You know what's really happening. You know what your body needs. You know that the solution isn't about willpower. It's about giving your cells the tools they need to function again. And once that happens, everything starts to shift. The weight comes off, the energy returns, the fog lifts. You start to feel like yourself again. Not because of a miracle, but because you finally addressed the real problem. The hidden energy crisis inside your cells.